Now, a couple of weeks ago, we played the #1 player in the world at PvP, Coinbird, and when we did play him, he mentioned how he was working on a new tactic.
Play the balls differently. So I think it's one of those where I have some testing to do and work. Maybe I'll try it out today.
Well, today, viewers, we're going to test that tactic with 4 different teams. He has sent it to me. He says it's very good. He's been using it on the FM arena, and it's been giving me some very good results. So let's take a look. First off, we're going to try it with Oldham Athletic. They are predicted to finish in 23rd. We're also going to try it with Manchester City. And if we take a look at them, obviously they're predicted to finish in 1st place. 2 other teams as well. Freiburg in the German league. Let's take a look. 9th predicted to finish them mid-table for Freiburg. And finally, Sassuolo. We take a look at their club info. They're also predicted to finish 9th. So we've got 1 elite team, we've got 2 mid-table teams, and 1 bottom half in Oldham. So we simulate the season. We're going to find out, but first, we need to take a look at the tactic itself. As I mentioned before, when we did the video with Coinbird, he likes to use Strikerless. Well, here is his Strikerless formation. Now, it's very similar to my PSV tactic, which I highlighted in my top 5 tactic videos. However, slight differences. Instead, of course, having the advanced forward, we have the shadow striker role. We've got 2 inside forwards. I'll go through and I'll show you so you can see the instructions for people on Xbox who don't have the ability to download it. You can see the inside forward on both sides here. Very similar instructions. 2 centre midfielders on attack. They're going to be supporting that midfield man in the shadow striker role, and a roaming playmaker. I really like the roaming playmaker role in this year's game. 2 fullbacks on attack as well, and you can see a lot of them taking more risk, tackling harder, dribbling more, shoot less often. Very similar to majority of the Strikerless tactics last year. But what I really like about this mentality is very attacking. Okay, so you're really pushing the boundaries here. In possession, it's very standard, extremely high tempo, never wasting time, slightly more direct. Playing out of defense, work the ball into box with mixed crossing. Obviously, if you have like a really tall center attacking midfielder, maybe change that mixed crossing to float crosses, or low crosses. Like, you can play around with it if you want to. Little tweaks like that can make it better to suit your team. I always suggest doing that. It is a gegenpress style, rolling it out as well. And if you look at out of possession, we are using the offside trap, using a much higher line of engagement, standard defensive line with that offside trap there, preventing the short goal kick distribution, and a trigger press of much higher, much more often. So basically what I like about this is obviously the very attacking, but we're still not pushed too far up. We're still letting the pitch be a bit more spread out, even though that this is a Strikerless tactic. Now I want you to let me know down in the comments, are you opposed to Strikerless tactics? Have you ever used one before? What's your opinion on them? And are you going to give this a go? I'm going to leave the download link for you in the description, should you wish to use it yourself and take a look. But hey, let's simulate the season. Let's find out how these 4 teams do. Okay, we simulated the season the 1st of June 2020. Manchester City, as we can see, kind of walked the league. They won it by 7 points. They only lost 3 games this year against Man United. 5-0 loss to Man United, Liverpool and Everton. The rest of it, obviously, great season. And we actually dropped a couple of games at the end there, I'm guessing when we had already won the league, to Chelsea and to Leeds. So that's fantastic. They scored 118 goals. So despite not having any strikers, you still scored the most goals in the league by miles, and they scored 9 against a couple of teams there. So that's absolutely fantastic. 30 goals more than Manchester United. They conceded a little bit more, but still, when you're scoring 30 more goals than any other team, it's kind of quite good, really, isn't it? Most goals, most points per game that we can see here. If we take a look at fewest conceded, we're down in 6th place. Clean sheets down joint 4th or 6th place. So it's still not bad defensively, but Man City tend to have a better reputation defensively. But when you're scoring this many, it doesn't matter, does it? Playing very attacking, we need to remember it. This is the team that I selected for most of the games. The only player I didn't select is that Roman playmaker, mainly because Fernandinho, Rodri, they're both as good as each other, really. Fernandinho is a little bit better, but I think because of how old he is and physically, this is kind of the way I wanted to go. So what I do want to take a look at, actually no, we'll take a look at competitions first. Okay, so it's a treble winner. It's a treble winner. We've won the Carabao Cup and we've won the FA Cup. Cup. Liverpool, they beat them 3-2 in the final there, so that's 5 years in a row now for Manchester City. And the FA Cup, they beat Norwich in the final. They were knocked out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's interesting, really, isn't it? 89 points in total. Still, that's very good. So who's scoring the goals? It is Raheem Sterling in that shadow striker role. Interesting, 45 goals and 61 appearances, 34 from Kevin De Bruyne, centre midfielder on attack. Centre midfielder on attack, Bernardo Silva, 23 goals. Both of them got 30 assists. This is what I wanted to see from this. That centre midfielder on attack role, I think, the same as Mazzala on attack, is powerful this year. And the fact that you're trying to go through the middle rather than playing Mazzala where they are more attacking the wings is really good, I think. But I know you guys want to see how it plays in other divisions with lower reputation teams, so let's take a look first at the mid-table sides. So Freiburg then, they managed to finish in 6th place, better than their 9th place finish. Frankfurt down there in 9th, that's my team. They come higher than teams like Leverkusen and Wolfsburg, of course, finished in Champions League spot last year. And they had a really good end to the season as well, winning 4 out of the last 5 and drawing against Bayer Leverkusen. Goals-wise, they scored 67 goals. Obviously, Bayern Munich and Dortmund running away with that, with 100 goals. But after them, they scored the 3rd highest amount of goals in the league. Bayern Munich only conceding 11 goals. That's a little bit gross, really. It's a bit cheeky. And what a finish, by the way. Two teams on 89. So we can see we were the 3rd highest scoring team in the division. Fewest conceded, we weren't on that, but I didn't expect to be on that. The most shots, 3rd in the most shots, despite not having a striker. This is what I like about this. I really do think this is quite a powerful way of playing. Other competitions then, they won the DFB Pokal. That's mental. I didn't expect that. They won the DFB Pokal after extra time against Hertha Berlin. Viewers, we've got a tactic on our hands here, viewers. We've definitely got a tactic on our hands. Let's take a look at the squad then and see where the goals are coming from. Not a lot of goals at all. I do think there was a couple of lone players. That might have been the reason for that. But Roland Solai, 15 goals, 15 assists and 12 goals from Vincenzo Griffo. Let's see what position, because I didn't select anyone for this. I didn't select it, so he played on that left-hand side, cutting inside as an inside forward. All right, let's take a look at the other team then, Sassuolo, and see how they've done. So they have finished in 7th place. Right, okay, so that's not bad. They should have really finished in 6th. They dropped off that last game of the season. They lost to Juve and drew to Genoa, and if they got a point out of that, they finished higher than Napoli. That's disappointing. Let's take a look at the past previews, the past positions for Sassuolo. So they got better and kind of stayed around that position, 5th, 6th place for quite a long time there. That's not bad. Statistically, did they have the most goals? 2nd most goals in the league behind Lazio. Very good, to be honest, when you consider Juve's all the way down there in 7th place. So yeah, we've got to be happy with that. Other competitions? Knocked out the semi-final of the Coppa Italia. It's not bad at all, really, is it? Squad. I think I selected the players for this team as well. So it does seem like Jurcic, who played in that shadow striker role, only got 16 goals. Viewers, I think if you have a player like Raheem Sterling, who has fantastic pace and off the ball with good composure and finishing, you could be laughing here and your shadow striker could be scoring a lot of goals like Raheem Sterling did. Whereas if you don't, it kind of gets spread out, as we can see here. 15 goals from the left-hand side, 17 from the right-hand side. The assist coming from the centre midfielder on attack there, 18, but both of them picking up a good amount of goals. I think this is a really good tactic. Finally then, Oldham, predicted to finish 2nd from bottom. How have they done? Well, that has shocked me. They won the league by 11 points. That's mental. How have they done that? 101 points. They lost 7 games there, and you can see the teams that they lost against. They drew 8. They scored 114 goals. That is crazy. So let's take a look at this then. They scored so many more goals. Nearly 30 goals more than Leyton Orient there. Most points per game. Fewest conceded. They were 7th place there. Most clean sheets, 6th. So for a team, I guess, the lower leagues, this could be really powerful. Because I didn't sign anybody for Oldham. I didn't sign anybody. We just literally simulated from day one and seen how that went. Possession-wise, quite interestingly, they're up there 53%. We didn't check that for the other ones, but still, that's really good. Other competitions, they're the runners-up, viewers, of the Papa John's Trophy, which is a league that includes teams from the league above. This is a very good tactic now. I'm not saying that it wasn't before. This has impressed me. Every single team has done something good here. I mean, even Sassuolo getting to the semi-final, that's like the only one that hasn't done amazingly well. This is a very good tactic. If you take a look at the squad then, 30 goals coming from this man who I'm guessing played in that Shadow Striker role. I would probably say so. Yeah, he played in the Shadow Striker role. So he's got 30 goals this season. That's a really good amount. 17 from somebody who, well, both of the wings, 17 and 15 again. But the assists, Nicky Adams, 26 assists. That's crazy. What position did he play? He played the midfield, center attacking midfielder. He's played everywhere, really. He's played in so many different positions and he's got so many assists. So that's, I mean, he's got great delivery on it. That's what I will say. He's got great delivery on him. So this tactic comes from everywhere. I've got to say, I've seen that Strikerless tactics have been struggling this year because of the new match engine. But this one, named Rush 3.0, so it's the third version that he's created. This is a very good tactic. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the description below. This is very successful. Thank you once again to Coinbird for producing this, and viewers, let me know. Are you going to use it? Do you like Strikerless tactics? Do you want to see more tactics going forward on the channel? I'd love to know your opinions. Make sure you smash the like button, by the way. If you can get to 1,000 likes, I'll do another tactic next week. That'll be great. And 30,000 subscribers before Christmas is our aim. And why don't you check out this video with our top 5 tactics going forward. Bye-bye.